Welcome to the Virginia Association for Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Transfer Virtual College Fair. Thank you very much for joining us today. Before we get started with our presentations, just a few quick housekeeping items. The first is that attendees are welcome and encouraged to ask questions to the panelists at any time utilizing the Q&A feature. Also, just a reminder that your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. There are 2 other blocks of sessions today, so please feel free to sign up for those at the same website where you signed up for this session. And about 1 week from today, a recording of the session will also be available on that same website. But without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first panelist, which will be the University of Glasgow.
Perfect. All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. Let me share my screen really quickly. My name is Jason Vine, the Senior International Officer with the University of Glasgow. And if you can't tell, this accent is not Scottish. It's straight out of Baltimore. I'm a student from Maryland who started in the US system, realized the US education system wasn't the best fit for me, and transferred over to a university in the UK. So I'm here to talk about kind of the differences between what you can expect from a US university versus a Scottish university. And we'll do so with the University of Glasgow. So what you see here is an image from atop the bell tower on campus. Glasgow in Scots Gaelic actually means dear green place. So it's the largest city in Scotland. However, if you need to take a break from the hubbub of city life and go hug a tree for a minute, you have plenty of opportunities to do so. And not too far from city center, you see the Scottish lowlands starting in the back, so you can live your Outlander fantasy as often as you'd like to. Only about a half-hour drive and you're out in the Highlands in Scotland. I will say that we've got quite a bit of info to cover and not much time. So if anybody hears something that kind of catches your fancy, there will be a QR code at the bottom right-hand corner of every single slide. So feel free to go ahead and scan that to be able to pop in your details so that way we can stay in touch. So a couple of quick facts about the University of Glasgow. We were founded in 1451. We are one of the Scottish ancient universities. The 4 Scottish ancient universities. We're actually the 4th oldest English-speaking university in the world. We have 29,000 students, so quite a large university, and we welcome students from over 140 different countries. To complement that ancient teaching legacy, we are currently ranked 67th in the world. So you have a great academic reputation supporting you, whether you choose to stay in the UK, come back to the US, or travel elsewhere into the world for those professional opportunities. And we're ranked 14th in the UK. So we like to say that we're elite without being elitist, for sure. We're a member of the Russell Group. And the great thing about Scotland is that the US 4-year structure is loosely based on the Scottish 4-year degree structure. So in the rest of the UK, undergrad degrees are going to be 3 years and not 4. But in Scotland, you've got that 4 years, just like you do in the US. Now, for anybody who's never been to Scotland, you have a lot of opportunities. At the moment, you can't travel to Scotland right now. But if you want a kind of taste of Glasgow, you can watch Outlander season 3, when they're supposed to be on Harvard's campus. They actually shot it all at Glasgow, so you can see quite a bit of the university. But once you're in Scotland, it's voted the most beautiful country in the world by Rough Guides in 2019. We took that spot back for this year in 2021. But you'll have plenty of opportunities to go out into the Highlands, go see a loch. This is Loch Katrine, which is the closest loch to the city. So there's plenty of outdoor activities. You'll be invited on a hill walk by your peers for sure. And be surrounded by all of the culture and the history that you might be familiar with as far as Scotland is concerned. So the university is not based in city center. It's over on the West End, which is a little bit more of a quieter pace of portion of the city. So you've got these kind of very romantic cobblestone European streets that are too small for cars to walk down, too small for cars to go down. There's tons of bars and restaurants. It's known as the foodie quarter. And this is where our students live in the city. So you've got about a 10 to 15 minute walk from student residences to the campus, passing by Kelvin Grove art galleries, Kelvin Grove Park, which also turns into a big music festival site in the summer. There are tons of bars and pubs, churches, cinemas, kind of patisseries, boulangeries, independent coffee shops, bookstores. So you have a little bit of everything from cheap takeaways on a night out to fancier restaurants where you can impress your friends and parents when they come to visit. Now the university, I'll give you a bird's eye view. The university campus is a castle. It looks like Hogwarts. There's no way around it. It's quite a beautiful building. So the main building is where you'll be certainly spending a lot of time in your classes. It's an administrative and an academic building, but the university owns a lot of buildings that you see in this photo. So we've got about a 10 to 15-minute walk to get from one point of campus to the other. The academic buildings, so we've got engineering down at the bottom, we've got GES, Geography and Earth Sciences here, the medical campus just here. So we offer a little bit of everything. If you just cross the road a little bit, we have our 13-story library. So tons of resources and currently housing Shakespeare's manuscripts. So if we have any literature students, this would be a great resource for you to be able to use. Just across the street, we have the Fraser building, which is like a student union where you can see the doctor, there's the bookstore, there's a place for you to grab a sandwich or a coffee. So everything is pretty condensed, even though it's not necessarily all connected in one place. All right. Next, please. Here we are. So as far as subject areas, we have a little bit of everything. We have over 400 degree combinations. You can double major, major, minor, everything but fine art will be on offer. Entry requirements, what we're looking for transfer students, we're looking for a 3.5 GPA in a relevant major. So the big difference when you're applying to a school in Scotland or the UK is that you actually apply to a degree, not to the university. So you have to have decided what you want to study. So when we're looking at your application, we're looking at how best academically suited you are to study that particular subject. So we'll be looking at your GPA and your transcript from your current university. We're looking for a 3.5, and we're looking for you to have relevant coursework to the degree that you're looking to study. So as many courses as you can that are relevant. We'll be looking for a recommendation. Most courses don't allow transfer into the second year. However, some do depending on the degree, and I'm happy to help discuss if you have any of those options. All right, well, that'll be me done. So if you hear anything you like, please get in touch, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, University of Glasgow. And just a reminder to any attendees who just joined us, please feel free to utilize that Q&A button to ask questions to any of the panelists at any time. But up next is Chowan University.
Thank you so much. I will be sharing my screen as well. Okay, so Chowan University, it was founded in 1848 as a women's college. It was actually also a 2-year college up until 1994. We were renamed Chowan University in 2006, and we are home of the Hawks. I myself have been with Chowan for about 3 years now, and I just started currently working with transfer students. And I'll go to the next slide. So let me tell you a little bit about Chowan University as a whole. Chowan is very well known for its small class sizes. And we do have the individualized attention for our students. And by that, I mean that the professors don't just know you as a name, they know you by face, and they can call your name and know your name. Our average class size is about 16 to 1. We do not have any TAs or grad assistants. All of our staff are actually, our faculty are actually professors. We are a faith-based college, inclusive and dedicated. As far as academics is concerned, we have over 70 different majors, ranging from criminal justice, graphic communications, business administration, biology, etc. We are known of the balance of theory and practice, which is hands-on learning and real-world experience in the classroom setting for our students. And accomplished alumni around the world. We have successful alumni who graduate and go on to be vice presidents of the Charlotte Hornets, the Talent Scout Falcons, FBI agent, lawyer, graphic designer, and so on. And briefly at this point, I'm just going to talk a little bit about our application process. So at Chowan, we do require that you do an online application or either paper application, which is your choice. We do not have an application fee, so there is no fee to apply to Chowan University. We do ask that your next steps in the admissions process is to submit your high school transcripts. While normally we would ask for SAT, ACT scores, due to COVID, we have become test optional for this year as well as last year. After that process, we go on to do the housing form, medical forms, and then we ask that you sign up for SOAR. And SOAR is Student Orientation, Advising, and Registration. And that is the point in the process where you get your class schedule. Chowan is known for our campus ministry. Mission experiences that we have done in the past where we travel to Haiti, Jerusalem, South Africa, Hawaii, and all other parts of the world. We don't just do the international traveling, we also do service-based community service around our areas where we serve our locals in our community by providing the food bank every Tuesday. We do special things for the kids during Halloween time. And also what we're very known for is our Relay for Life. And that happens right here on campus. Some options for student life here on campus is the housing options that we have, especially for our transfer students. We do offer housing in what's called our White's Crossing apartment / suite style living. This is not offered to underclassmen or freshmen who come in, but the transfers do get the opportunity to be in White's Crossing. We don't just have our cafeteria, we have our own little eating area called Murph's that's in our student center. Also student life, we have Greek life here on campus, SGA, and all different types of clubs and organizations. Inside of our Hawk's Nest, what I mentioned briefly a few minutes ago, is where our students just come back to relax and just let loose, and they'll play ping pong. We have the Connect Four pieces, TVs in there where they can just watch the game if they want to, and bingo, which is very known because they win cash prizes during that time. We have 21 NCAA Division II athletic programs here, including football, lacrosse, cross country, soccer, and so on. We are affiliate members of the CIAA in football and bowling. Members of the Conference Carolinas with volleyball, esports, cheerleading, acro, tumbling, and softball and tennis as well. Our scholarship and financial aid. Chowan merit-based scholarship is based off of your current GPA. You will have the opportunity to be awarded up to $9,000 in scholarship money just based off of your GPA. Another recommendation that we recommend for our students is that you attend our Chowan Scholarship Day. And we host 3 Chowan Scholarship Days, three times a year. And that gives you an opportunity to win $6,000, to earn $6,000 more. We also have what's called our Transfer Scholarship, which is an additional $2,000 for those who have a 3.0 GPA and higher. And you can connect with us by our Facebook page, Instagram page, or Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chowan University. Our next presenter will be John Cabot University.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for having us. My name is Dana Anderson, and I will be sharing my screen with you and telling you more about John Cabot University, which is in Rome, Italy. So we are an American university in the heart of Rome. We're a small liberal arts university, and we will be 50 years old next year. We're an urban campus, and we're located between the Colosseum and the Vatican. I don't know if anybody has been to Rome, but it's in the center of the city, and all buildings are walking distance. Our enrollment, we have more than 1,000 students from 70 countries, but we have very small classes. And again, professors know you by name. It is impossible to fall through the cracks. There's a lot of support. We are accredited by Middle State, so you would receive an American degree. All courses transfer back to the United States, being an American university, and you can start 2 times a year as transfer students, or so you can start in September or in January. And we are very generous with our financial aid, in particular in these difficult COVID times. Well, why John Cabot? Why choose a small American liberal arts university? Well, it's an American style learning environment, but you really do become a global citizen in a tight-knit family-like community. Professors, they're amazing. They're chosen, they're mentors, they're academic mentors. And you can also look online for where they come from, where they have studied. We have classes on site. We have our creative writing classes on site, our art and its monuments, our business department, our department Institute of Entrepreneurship. They actually go into the field. And one of our missions is to integrate into the Italian community. So we learn by doing. We have, as I said, a very multicultural, inclusive, diverse community of scholars at John Cabot. We have been open. We have fortunately never closed. We're now closed, having said that. We're closed for 3 weeks for a lockdown, but we have always stayed open in a hybrid mode during since the last year. And we have in Italy a whole series, well, like most universities, but we have a series of thermal scanning, mandatory masks. And if you choose to apply and to come to John Cabot and due to COVID you don't come, we have a full tuition refund and housing refund fee. The academic environment, as I said, we will tell you more about our majors. We have 14 majors, 19 minors, and you can mix and match, double major as well. And we have a strong academic support services. We have a math tutoring lab, writing centers, foreign language resource center. And our American students are often chosen to help the foreign students at the campus with their English writing skills. Here are our majors. As you can see, we have majors in the area of business, in the area of social studies, and humanities and classics. Our most popular majors at John Cabot are in the business area, international business, communication, and then our other second most popular major is in communications. And then the third is in the political science, international affairs. We also have a master's for future studies in art history. So as you can see, we are quite innovative, but we are also steeped into the past because of the city that we're in and because of the liberal arts tradition. We also have a center for career services. We have 3 career fairs per year, and we have over 900 internship opportunities. So I always say, if you want to build your resume, you can build your resume by coming to John Cabot in Rome, partaking in internships in Italy in English. They're all in English and all the courses are in English. And we also help you with your orientation seminars and preparation to grad school. Student services, as I said, we have students from all over the world, so we need to ensure that we give you full support. So we have a Dean of Students office that is the non-academic. We have immigration services. We organize cultural programs, athletics, and we also have mindfulness, health and well-being. We have doctors on campus, psychologists on campus, and an office of community service, religious life, and multiculturalism. So I would suggest you go to our website or check out JCU Student Life on our Instagram to get more information about John Cabot and the community. Scholarships, we have both need-based and merit-based scholarships. And we award over $4 million, which isn't much, but for us, for a small university, in scholarships and grants. And here you can see our tuition. The tuition per year is $26,000, and then you would have to add an additional $10,000 for housing. But you're also allowed to live off campus. As I said, Rome is a very safe city. We're in the center of the city, and we also help you I would always recommend that you live with us the first semester, but then you can go and work and live outside on the campus. Here are some pictures. I have 30 seconds left. Here's some pictures of the Critelli campus. It's closer to the Vatican, and our Guarini campus, which was an old convent. And it was also Julius Caesar's herb garden here. And Galileo Galilei did his experiments here. So you're really steeped in history and tradition. Here is our Tiber campus where we have our cafe. Here is Largo dei Fiorentini, our art facilities, and our student housing. You can go and look online if you want more information on that. How to apply, straightforward, go to our website, and you can contact us with our Instagram and by just looking online. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John Cabot. Moving into the second half of our presentations, we have Old Dominion University up next.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Let me get my screen shared here. All right, so my name is Victoria Herrick, and I am the Transfer Admissions Counselor for Old Dominion University. We are located in the heart of coastal Virginia in Norfolk. So we are about 30 minutes from the Virginia Beach oceanfront, 15 minutes from downtown Waterside District, and then about 30 to 40 minutes from some more rural areas as well. We're a younger institution. We were founded in 1930 as part of the College of William and Mary, and then gained our own university standing in 1969. So as far as institution goes, pretty young, which leads to our more innovative nature and opportunities for you as a student that you might not get at other institutions, such as undergraduate research opportunities. So I'd like to start out with some fast facts for you to get to know us as an institution. So we do currently have about 25,000 students enrolled. However, I always tell students not to be overwhelmed by that number. That does include our graduate students as well as our online learners. The number of undergraduate students on campus is closer to about 16,000, which does allow us to have relatively smaller classes once you get up into your major coursework, with a 17:1 student to faculty ratio, which is really great because it allows you easier access to your professors for questions and easier access to peers to form those connections. We also have 7 academic colleges. So an academic college, for anyone who's not familiar, is essentially where you would be placed based on your major. So for example, if you're working as a dental hygiene major, you would be in our College of Health Sciences. So that way you're working with faculty members and advisors within that college from the start. Beyond that, we do also have an honors college as well as a graduate school. The 33 there signifies the number of Chev awards that we've received. And for anyone who's not familiar with Chev is the highest award a faculty member in the state of Virginia can receive. And we are only second to one other institution in the state. And the institution that currently holds the #1 spot is actually College of William and Mary. And we like to joke around that they had a couple 100-year start on us as far as being an institution. So if we're #2, we're doing really well, and we're sure we're going to get that #1 spot soon. The 98 at the bottom there signifies the number of undergraduate majors that we offer. We do also offer students the opportunity to double major as well as minor. Our majors are very broad, but some of our most popular majors are going to be engineering, education, marine biology, biomedical sciences, and nursing. And as far as minors go, you can minor in something related to your major, or you can minor in something that's not related, which is probably one of my favorites. So you could major in business, but then minor in theater if you just wanted to get a little bit of different coursework under your belt and had some different interests that you wanted to explore. Some information about student life. So we do have over 300 student organizations and over 30 fraternities, sororities, and multicultural organizations. So there's a lot of ways to get involved in campus. You don't actually have to live on campus to be involved in any of these. You can live in the area and commute, which is great. As far as organizations go, they're very broad. Of course, we have academically focused organizations such as Women in Engineering Club, Robotics Club, Marine Biology Club, Young Entrepreneurship Society. So a lot of different ones that tie into potentially your major in academics, but we also have clubs that are just for fun. So for example, we have a gaming club where you can get together and play video games in our web center. And we also have a waffle club. So if you like eating waffles and want to eat waffles with other ODU students, you can join the waffle club. And the great thing is, if there is a club that you think we don't have that we need to, you can always petition to add a club. You would just need a couple of friends and a faculty member to sign off on it. If If you're planning to live on campus, we do have 14 different housing options. So we have residence halls, which would be where you would share your room with another ODU student and have a shared bathroom in the room. And then we also have apartment style housing, which is exactly like what it sounds. You would have an apartment with typically 3 other ODU students, a shared bathroom with one of those roommates, and then shared common spaces. All of our housing does have the shared bathroom just in the room or in the apartment, not shared throughout the whole hall, which is really nice. And we do have AC and heat in all of our apartments and all of our residence halls. We have over 17 dining locations on campus, so there are a lot of places to eat. We have Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, Subway, Steak and Shake, Panera, Starbucks. So a lot of different things, which is really great. You'll see as you're running in between classes and cramming for exams, it's always good to fuel up on some good food on campus. So some information about the application process. It's pretty streamlined and simple. You would go online and you can apply with our application, which is the ODU app, which is available on our website, or the Common App. Either way, there will be a $50 application fee. And then the required materials for transfer students are going to be your official college transcripts from any school you've attended. As long as you have 24 credit hours, that's going to be the only required item. If you have less than 24 credit hours, we're also going to require an official high school transcript. You'll also see on the application, you have the option to add some supplemental materials, such as a resume, personal essay, or have recommendation letters submitted on your behalf. We do accept applications on a rolling basis, so we have suggested application deadlines, but you can submit after those. For fall, our suggested application deadline was March 15th, and for spring, it is October 1st. However, as I mentioned, we admit on a rolling basis, so you can definitely submit after those deadlines. We do have articulation agreements and guaranteed admission with our Virginia Community College partners. So if you're coming from a Virginia Community College and you have maintained a 2.5 GPA and at least 24 credit hours, you are eligible for the guaranteed admission agreement. As far as our tuition goes, you can see our in-state costs on one side, out-of-state on the other. On both sides, you'll notice that on campus is on top and off is on the bottom. 80% of our students do receive financial aid. So this is the most you would pay out of pocket before any sort of financial aid, scholarships, military benefits, or anything like that would be applied. And I invite you guys to connect with us with the admissions office. We do also have a virtual engagement page available right now, so you can make appointments with us, see our open houses, and join us for events. Thank you so much.
Very much, Old Dominion. Moving on to our next presenter, we have the Catholic University of America.
Oops. Sorry, am I having a little issue with my sharing my screen? It went away. I apologize.
It's okay. We have some extra time.
It worked before and now it's not working.
You don't think you're going to be able to pull it up right now, we can move to the next presenter and then come back to you.
Yeah, maybe try that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No problem. So up next, we will move to Florida Tech.
Hello, my name is Robin. I'm with Florida Institute of Technology. I am Associate Director of Transfer Admission here at Florida Tech. So we'll go over our presentation quickly. So at Florida Tech, you start into your major related courses immediately, first semester on campus for all of the programs that you're going into. The real benefit about that is that you get to start building your resume immediately. You really get to dig right into your program. We do have 87 different majors and 34 minors on campus. Because with all of the classes you start into your program right away, you need to know what you want to study when you're coming in. But we do offer students the opportunity to get a degree in flight, including up to your commercial multi-engine commercial license. With engineering and sciences, aerospace engineering is one of the most popular, as is marine biology. But we have pretty much every type of engineering that you could think of or some way to make it happen. But we also have chemistry, physics, mathematical sciences, all of those options. And you can always get more information by going up to the website. We do have psychology and liberal arts programs. We were one of the first ABA programs, as well as forensic psychology programs in the nation. And we do have our BISC College of Business. And And again, with all of those, it's major specific. You will start directly into your coursework when you get onto campus. All of our engineering science are required to do a design project, and there's no limit to what you can do. If you have an idea, if you have a passion, you can make that come true. For all of our science students, you are required to do a research project as well, and you'll be working alongside upperclassmen, graduate students, and professors. It's not uncommon for students to get published in an academic journal before they graduate with their bachelor's degree. Most of our other programs do also require some type of internship or co-op, and a lot of those do lead to jobs after students graduate. Here's some kind of the estimated costs. We are a private school, so there's no in-state or out-of-state tuition difference, but we do give scholarships based on your cumulative college GPA, and we do offer a Phi Theta Kappa scholarship as well. We are on rolling admission. We do have a May 1st deadline for acceptance, but we have students that apply after May 1st, and they have a 30-day option to get all of their, to pay their tuition deposit. Here are all of our social media pages. Definitely check it out. Right now, they're doing a lot as far as connecting students together. So they'll post who's been admitted, where they're from, and what they're studying. So you can say, oh, that person lives the town over from me. When it comes to housing, if you do want to live on campus, you're welcome to. As a transfer student, you're not required to, though. But so you get to know people through the social medias, through our housing contract option. So you get to know people ahead of time. You get to pick where you want to live. We have suite style apartments, as well as the standard 2-room community bathroom. So it's totally up to students, and there's also a lot of apartment housing that's specific for students. That's not our housing, but it's located very close to campus. When it comes to applying, we have our application, but we also accept the Common App. Whichever one you want to do is perfectly fine. There is no fee for the application. We need to see your college transcripts. If you have fewer than 24 credit hours completed, then we do need to see your high school transcripts and SAT or ACT score. Essays and letters of recommendation are not required, but are welcomed, especially if there has been a little hiccup in your planning. Then having a personal statement is sometimes definitely very helpful. We want to see that students have math and science coursework based on the major they want to go into. So we're looking for strong academics. For any of the math or the engineering or sciences, students would typically start Calculus 1 their very first semester on campus. So we want to see that you are prepared for Calc 1 if you haven't already taken Calculus 1. And for non-STEM majors, it's a little bit leaner when it comes to selecting your coursework. So we don't require as much math ahead of time. It's still definitely beneficial though. But we do have major, you can double major, you can minor. A lot of our students do internships. There's about 5,000 high-tech companies right here in Brevard County where we're located. So for jobs literally in your backyard. We were founded by NASA scientists as Kennedy Space Center was being built. We were founded in 1958, so naturally we have some very strong ties to Kennedy Space Center. We are located in the fourth largest high-tech corridor in the nation. So again, lots and lots of opportunity right here in our backyard. Our professors, a lot of them are still actively working, actively researching. So there's a lot of opportunity to get to know them and get to kind of jump into the business early on. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. You can reach me directly at transfer@fit.edu. And any question that you have, I'm here to answer it. That's why we do what we do. But definitely follow us on social media if you're not already. But I also, on our website, you can sign up for one-on-one virtual chats, as well as a student panel, campus tours, because we are still doing in-person tours if you do want to come down to campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Florida Tech. And so now we will go back to the Catholic University of America.
It's not letting me start my video, Chris. Saying the host has stopped it.
There you go.
that working?
Looks good.
Good evening. Sorry about that little delay. My name is Andrew Cox. I am the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Admissions and Transfer Coordinator at the Catholic University of America, located in Washington, D.C., Northeast D.C., about 3 miles north of the U.S. Capitol building. We have a little bit of a background about Catholic University. Catholic University was founded in 1887 by the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops and founded through a papal charter. We are the National University of the Roman Catholic Church here in the US. We are located on 173 acres in Northeast Washington, D.C. This is the largest physical campus in Washington, D.C. So you get the best of both worlds. You still get a nice physical campus, but you're still right in the middle of a major metropolitan area like Washington, D.C. A little bit of more information about Catholic University. Our size, we're about 3,100 undergraduate students, about 2,600 graduate and law students. We are 80% Catholic, 30% ethnically diverse. We have a 53-47 female to male ratio. We have students from all 50 US states and over 90 different countries internationally. So we're very much diverse university located right in Northeast Washington, DC. Of course, our location in Washington, D.C. plays a big part in your educational experience at Catholic University. Washington, D.C. is a great place to spend 4 years, especially while you're in college. D.C. has a great nightlife, clubs, restaurants, concert venues, sporting events, theater. So all the monuments, all the museums, all the Smithsonian museums are free. As you're probably well aware, free is a great price when you're a college student. One of the great things about Catholic University is our proximity to public transportation. We actually have our own metro stop right on campus. It is the Brookland Catholic University Metro Stop. We're located on the Red Line. The Red Line is the oldest and the most used line in Washington, D.C. We're located 3 stops up from Union Station, where you can catch the MARC, Amtrak, VRE trains, pretty much anywhere you want to go. We're about 5 stops from Gallery Place, which is pretty much the heart of downtown Washington, D.C. So no matter what you're looking to do, whether you're looking out to just looking to go out and just experience everything DC has to offer, or if you're looking to do an internship, a work experience opportunity in the city, having the metro right on our campus really is a great advantage for our students. Of course, one of the things we pride ourselves on at Catholic University is the experience not only in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. That's why we combine both academic and career advising into our comprehensive undergraduate advising in our Center for Academic and Career Success. We have dedicated professional advisors who will work with you from the day you set foot on campus to not only plan out your academics, but also to plan out those things you can do outside of the classroom to prepare you for life after college, whether that's an internship, a work experience opportunity, service opportunity. About 76% of our students will complete an internship during their 4 years at Catholic. About 61% will complete 2 or more. Our Center for Academic and Career Success maintains a list of over 3,000 internships that have been held by our students in the past. They can help place you in one of those internships or help you go out and find an internship all your own. In terms of academic experience at Catholic, we have a 7-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Our average class size is right around 19 students. Only 1% of our classes are over 40 students. We have nearly 400 full-time faculty, with about 93% of our faculty holding the highest degree in their field. We are the second oldest research center in the US, so the research is a big part of what our faculty get involved with at Catholic. So there are a lot of great opportunities to get involved with that research, even during your first year at Catholic as a transfer student. Those opportunities will be available to you in a lot of your different class offerings. In terms of our academic programs at Catholic University, we have 12 different schools of study offering about 80 undergraduate degrees and nearly 150 graduate and doctoral degrees. Of our 12 schools of study, 9 of them are offering undergraduate coursework, and all 9 are available for you to transfer into. We just recently announced a new transfer pathway for our School of Nursing. It's a 1+3 program where students can transfer into our School of Nursing, do 1 year at Catholic, and then move right into their junior and senior year clinical rotations at all the local DC hospitals. But as I said, we have 9 different schools, a lot of different program options for you. So no matter what you're interested in studying, what you want to do after you graduate, odds are there is a major at Catholic University that will fit your interest. In terms of the application process, we are a Common App school. Our application is available on the Common App. There is no application fee to apply. We will require you to submit transcripts from all schools you've attended, both college and high school, unless you have an associate's degree. If you do have an associate's degree, we will waive your high school transcript. We also require a letter of recommendation, a personal statement, as well as the Common App College Officials Report, so we have a complete sense of who you are as a student and can make our review of your application. Every student that applies to Catholic University will be considered for our scholarship programs. At Catholic University, our merit-based scholarships for transfer students range from $17,000 to $24,000 a year. As long as you have a 3.0 GPA in college, you will qualify for that at least $17,000 in Catholic University scholarship. We also offer a $4,000 scholarship for any student who is a member of a Catholic parish in the United States, or if they, as well as a $1,000 legacy grant if you have a parent, grandparent, or sibling who attended the university. If you are a member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, we also offer an additional $3,000 scholarship for any student in that organization. We also offer need-based financial aid. We use a combination of the FAFSA as well as the CSS profile to determine need-based financial aid. So there are a lot of options to help fund your education at Catholic University. I encourage you to consider coming to visit. We are offering in-person visits. We will have in April both virtual and in-person transfer-specific visits. You can get more information about that on our website. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is available on our website. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Catholic University of America. We do have about 4 minutes remaining. And so while we wait to see if any additional questions come in from our attendees, if I could ask all of our panelists to turn their videos on, we can do a very quick round of questions here ourselves. I'll pose a very simple question to you all. What's your favorite event or tradition on campus? And we'll go back in that same order. So let's start with Glasgow.
Yeah, well, I think a fun one. So in the main building, which looks like Hogwarts, there's 2 different courtyards, and they're really well maintained because it's a big student superstition that you do not touch the grass until after you take your final senior exams because you'll fail. Whether or not that's true, who's to say, but you will notice that no students will touch the grass, not even to like shove you or take a joke until graduation day. Graduation happens on those green spaces in the main building. So suddenly you see graduates on graduation day flooding onto the grass that they can finally touch now that they've finished.
Great, thank you. Chowan?
One of my favorite traditions here at Chowan is the fact that we have the very first original bell that we used back in 1848. The bell that they used to ring the bell for lunch, for bedtime, for breakfast, for classes. We use that bell as a signification for our incoming freshmen that they're coming into the school year. And then when they get ready to graduate, they get to ring the bell going out to celebrate their success.
Great, thank you. John Cabot?
One of my favorite events at John Cabot is Thanksgiving dinner. We have a Thanksgiving the night dinner for everybody, and all our American students help show tell what Thanksgiving is to the non-Americans. And they also have a play and organize a theater event beforehand. So everybody really gets into this. So it's a real occasion where cultures get together and meet and share experiences. So that's my favorite time.
Thank you. Old Dominion?
So my favorite tradition is not walking across the seal. So we have a seal in the center of campus, similarly to University of Glasgow, similar thing, where you do not walk across that, touch it before you graduate. So if you do, it's told that you will either not graduate at all or not graduate on time. So nobody touches the seal. And then when students actually graduate and go to commencement, the way that we walk them over to the building that we have commencement is across that seal. So everybody gets to step on it, jump on it. I've seen some people kiss it. People are really serious about it. So they get the pleasure of walking across it and graduating on time.
Thank you. Florida Tech?
Orientation is actually one of my favorite events because the orientation team goes over the top to make sure students have the opportunity to get connected, to get to know what all the resources and options for campus are. And they do color wars so that they're competing in a really fun way, but also just getting connected to campus, which is so critical to the success of your education.
Hey, thank you. And the Catholic University of America.
Yeah, my favorite event on campus is actually designed for our new students, our new first-year students, and our new transfer students, hosted by our campus ministry office. It's called Metro Madness. Even though it's designed for new students, a lot of our returning students still get involved. It's a DC-wide scavenger hunt. Everyone reports to campus ministry on campus. They break everyone up into teams of 5 to 10 students, give them a scavenger hunt list and a Metro Pass, and send them out into Washington, DC to explore the city, get a sense of the Metro, and also explore everything DC, what their new city will look like for the remainder of their time at Catholic. So I really enjoy that event.
Great, thank you. And thank you to all of our panelists this evening for your great presentations. I'm sure the attendees found it very informative. Before we do end this session, just a few quick housekeeping items. First, to our attendees, thank you very much for joining us this evening. When you close your window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask you take a minute and complete. And there are 2 other blocks of sessions, so please feel free to sign up for those. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. But thank you again, and good luck in your college search. Have a great day.